Wow, what a great couple of days of presentations. And just a reminder to those who were in one room or the other, the opposite room is it's all been recorded and will be available on the website shortly. So we're going to do a little bit of a flip in the next couple of speakers. I'm going to invite next the chair of the Heritage Council of WA to come up and provide a closing message for us. Please welcome to the floor Darren Foster.
Thanks. And thanks so much for coming. It's been a wonderful conference. Every time we have one of these, I feel completely inspired and wanting to, jump into lots of research and make connections and so on. It was interesting hearing the presentation from earlier on about the sort of cultural challenges there are with government, because I was a public servant for 40 years. So I've lived and breathed that every day, the sort of silos in government, one piece of legislation will do only a certain number of things. The next department has a piece of legislation. They all stick to their swim lanes. But of course, all the challenges and problems that the community faces never fits neatly within the boundaries of one department. So you've got to take a holistic view. You've got to collaborate. You've got to work outside the sort of narrowly defined structures that you have. And I think that's what this occasion is really about. I mean, we all work in slightly different domains, in different sorts of organisations, mix of professionals and volunteers, expert volunteers, I might add. And we get to share in this sort of forum some of the interesting things we're all doing, and you see all sorts of possibilities and connections and links to, perhaps things that you might be working on and someone else has developed a bit of amazing technology. I'd really like the Shire of York's app for the Heritage Council. If we can have that, please, that would be really good. Wish we had something quite that sophisticated. So I hope you've all found the benefit of it. And I look forward to catching up with the presentations I didn't get to see online. I did that last year. It was fantastic. There's a wealth of knowledge and information in this room. And as you can see, I think we're all largely on the same page about telling the diverse narratives of Western Australia, the migrant experience, the First Nations experience, the convicts, the Irish workhouse girls, the people that weren't in the positions of power and privilege. We've got to tell all those amazing stories as we approach 2029. And as a member of that committee, the planning committee, that's very much the sort of the message and hope I'm carrying, that we can get to 2029, lay out those stories and do things that will actually set us up for the next, 50 or 100 years, and make sure that every Western Australian understands the complex identity that we actually have, as told through the various stories that we've all got access to. Can I thank the Department of Planning and Lands and Heritage, who support the Heritage Council, and the officers, Fabienne, Hannah and Alethea, who carry the load and make it look very seamless and keep us all well fed and watered and the presentations flowing. It's a much tougher job than it looks. I know they make it seem completely trouble-free, but there's always challenges behind the scenes. We don't need to know about them, and that's how it should be. And it's a great credit to them that they've delivered yet another amazing conference. Can I also acknowledge the Shire of Northern for their support and hospitality? That's been fantastic. I loved the walks yesterday. I'm going to get the name wrong, but Bilya Court, Budja. What an inspiring place. Very well put together. And there should be one of those in every regional centre in WA. I know there are a few. I've been to a few, but fantastic opportunity that presents for us going forward. The walking tour was brilliant, just to see the diversity of built heritage in the town and the interesting stories behind those. I didn't know there was a Romanov connection in Northern. I mean, amazing. I'm still a bit blown away by that. So thank you very much to the Shire for really leaning into this conference and making it work for us and for all the participants to really enjoy this region. So thanks very much indeed. I certainly am going to come back and go hot air ballooning. I've had that message from the Shire President and I'm going to do what he says. So there you are. Thank you.
Thank you, Darren. Okay, folks, it is absolutely a pleasure to invite now another word of closing and thank you from the Shire of Northam President, Chris Antonio. Please give him a warm welcome, one of our biggest champions of the region. Thank you.
G'day everyone. Oh, I should say it's just about sayonara now. 2 days. So if you don't know me, if you didn't meet me the other night, I'm Chris Antonio. I'm lucky enough to be the Shire President. And I've just got to mention that we're on Ballardong land, and that starts with a B, so Ballardong is best. Doesn't matter what part of the country you come from, Ballardong is best. So I said it the other night, we've got 65,000 years of cultural history, and we've got all the other history that comes along behind it. And we're all part of that as we get older. So just to close up, because I know I'm standing between you and lunch and I can smell it as well. So as we come a close to the 2026 Northern Regional Heritage Conference, I'd like to take a moment on behalf of the Shire to sincerely thank each and every one of you for being here. And I hope you've all had a great time and enjoyed the rich heritage we have on offer. From the Shire of Northam's point of view, it has been a privilege to host such a passionate, knowledgeable and engaged group of people in our community over the past couple of days. We are incredibly grateful to the organisers, partners, presenters and MC who have worked so hard to bring this conference together. Your commitment to preserving, sharing and evolving our heritage is evident, and it has made a lasting impact on everyone here. To those who have travelled to be here, thank you for making a journey to Northam. We hope you've had the opportunity to experience not just our history, but our people, our landscapes, and the strong sense of community that defines this region. And I haven't even got my balloon badge on, but if you haven't had a chance, go up in the hot air balloons. Hosting this conference here in the Shire of Northam has been deeply meaningful. Ours is a place shaped by many stories. As I've mentioned, Aboriginal culture, which is up to 65,000 years old, and connection to country, waves of migration, I said that the other night, and generations of community building. To see these stories reflected, explored, and respected throughout this conference has been something that we are all proud of. We also hope that what you've experienced here will stay with you and that the ideas shared, the lessons learned, and the relationship formed will continue well beyond today, influencing the important work you all do in your own communities. Finally, thank you again for choosing Northam. I say don't choose it just once, choose it again in the future. As your host, it has been an honour to welcome you, and we hope to see you back here again in the future. Safe travels and thank you. But my final parting word before you can go to lunch is I told you the other night, and if you weren't there, you'll come one time to visit us. You're going to love it. Then the next time you come, you'll come for a hot air balloon ride. You'll stay a couple days, get to know us a bit better. Then you'll love us even more. And then, you know what you're going to want to do? You're going to want to move to the Shire of Northam. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Chris. I did tell you he's a big champion of the region. I am so humbled by what I've learnt myself over these last couple of days, as I'm sure you all are. And I really, on behalf of the organisers, sincerely thank all of the speakers who have been part of bringing this conference together and brought all of your knowledge, continuing the yarning. We know how important that is, and it's so appreciated. So thank you to all the speakers for what you've brought to this conference. Also, I want to just say thank you again. I know Darren mentioned the team from the Department of Planning, Lands and Heritage. I had to repeat to make sure I had said it right. Alethea, can you put your hands up, the organisers, because they quietly sit behind the scenes, but they are just so important. Alethea Debourle, Fabian Jose, and Hannah Bailey. Where are you? Over there behind them, but hiding. Yes, so they behind the scenes is an enormous amount of work, and like Darren indicated, they're pedaling fast behind so that we can all enjoy a smooth ride on the surface. So before you head to the back of the room and enjoy some lunch, just a couple of reminders that your chosen activities are listed on the back of your name badge for this afternoon. Please meet outside the library for Warren Anderson's Iwanoff talk, and you'll be shown to the event space from there. Please meet at the St. John, the Evangelist Church, for the tour of that space, and then if registered, the Historic Bells walking tour. And the tour of the BKB, we call it here, it's our nickname for the Billier Court Budja, is now self-guided. So if you are interested in having a look in that space, just make your way there and enjoy that space. And on behalf of the Northam Chamber of Commerce, which is where I am from, I'm Teresa Lee, and it's been my absolute pleasure to MC this event. Thank you for having me, and enjoy the rest of what Northam has to offer. And as the President suggested, you might come back for a little while and then a long while. Thanks very much.